The whispers of betrayal and heartbreak had followed me my whole life. My father's transgressions weren't just family secrets, they were the kind of wounds that left scars on every corner of our home. The endless absences, the unexplained, late nights, and the cheap perfume lingering on his shirts were all signs of a life my mother had to endure. It made me wonder, why did she stay? Why did she let him trample on her heart over and over again? I was just a kid, but I saw how his actions crushed her spirit. I thought I understood love, that it was this magical thing. It's untouchable, impervious to the pain life threw at it, but my parents' marriage shattered that illusion. The cracks in their relationship taught me that trust was fragile. Love was a weapon, and no matter how hard you tried, sometimes it wasn't enough. I promised myself then and there that when I grew up, love would be different. When I met Jad in high school, she was everything I dreamed of: kind, loyal, and full of life. We built a relationship on what I thought was mutual respect and transparency. When we exchanged vows, I envisioned a life with no echoes of the chaos I'd grown up in. I was determined to give Jad the stability my parents never had. But even the strongest foundation can be shaken, and the storms of life often come without warning. I never expected the storm to come from the one person I trusted most. When Jad decided to spend the night with another man, it wasn't just another fight. It wasn't a momentary lapse in judgment. It marked the end of everything I thought I knew about love and commitment. She assumed I'd let it slide, that the thrill she was seeking would mean nothing to me. Maybe in her mind it was a fleeting mistake. But to me, it was a betrayal that unraveled the very fabric of our marriage. The day everything changed, I was sitting at my desk, sipping my coffee, reflecting on the past. I thought about how Jad and I met, how we dated through high school even, when we were briefly with other people, always coming back to each other. I thought about our vows and our shared dream. That's when my phone rang. It was a number I didn't recognize, but something told me it wasn't just another scam call. I answered. "Hello." A man's voice came through. "Mr. Taylor?" I froze, the blood draining from my face. "This is Trey Taylor." "Who's this?" Man didn't introduce himself first. He got straight to the point. "I'm Michael Hamilton, a colleague of your wife. I need you to meet me this afternoon. There's something you should know." His words had a chilling finality to them. "She okay?" I asked, the concern creeping into my voice. "She's fine," he replied. "But I think you should. Know what's been going on?" Confused, I agreed to meet him. He wouldn't say anything over the phone. But something about his tone made me believe that whatever he had to say, it wasn't good. I met him at a restaurant that afternoon. We walked together towards Central Park, and that's when he dropped the bombshell. "Your wife has been spending a lot of time with a man named Stan Morrison at work," he said. "They go to lunch together every day. And today, they were talking about their plans for tomorrow night dinner at the Hilton, followed by dancing. Then they were going to spend the night together." I stopped in my tracks, my mind racing. "Are you saying they're sleeping together?" "Yes," Michael confirmed. "She's shopping for clothes for the night right now." My stomach sank. The world seemed to spin around me. "Why are you telling me this?" I asked, barely able to keep the tremor from my voice. Michael's face hardened. "I've been married for 9 years. I've been through this before. The legal system screwed me over. Now I'm trying to help someone avoid the same fate." That was it. The truth was out, and the truth was Jad wasn't the woman I thought she was. I was frozen in that moment, trying to process everything. How could she do this? How could she betray me like this? I thought about my own childhood and the pain my mother went through, watching my father's affairs unfold. I couldn't believe Jad would do the same thing, especially after everything I'd been through. But if Michael was right, then I didn't know Jad at all. That night, I confronted her, but I couldn't let her know I knew everything. I had to stay calm, to act like nothing had changed. I needed more proof. I had to make a plan, so I hired a private investigator to follow her. Every move. I watched her like a hawk, waiting for the right moment to confront her with the truth. But she never suspected a thing. She continued with her plans, as if nothing had changed. The next night, I waited for her to leave for her date. I stayed calm. We had dinner, and I acted like everything was normal. She kissed me goodbye like always, and I told myself to breathe.
Ow.
I watched her leave, and I knew that was the moment everything changed. When she came back the next day, I was ready. I didn't wait for her to explain. I told her it was over. The marriage was over. She tried to talk me into taking her back, but I knew I couldn't. I had no choice but to let her go. I made sure she had nothing left. I packed up her things, emptied her closet, and even took her personal documents. I didn't want her coming back. I wanted to be free. Jad begged me. She pleaded. But I was done. She had made her choice, and so had I. I'd gotten my revenge, not by hurting her, but by taking control of my own life. I wasn't going to live in the shadow of betrayal anymore. Months passed. Jad tried to reach out, but I ignored her. I focused on rebuilding my life, finding peace in the chaos she left behind. And as I moved on, I realized that sometimes revenge isn't about punishing the person who wronged you. It's about reclaiming your own life, your own happiness. It's about finding the strength to walk away. Jad never came back. And for the first time in years, I was finally free.